Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm coming to you from P&O Azura and I'm currently in a balcony cabin on board. Now in this video I'm going to give you a full detailed room tour of this cabin to hopefully help you get a bit of a feel for what the cabin's like, what this grade of cabin would be like to actually then consider cruising in the future. Now just before we get started, I'm going to begin the tour out in the corridor because the location of this room itself is a really important point that you need to consider, because some people will really like it and others will probably not like it. So hold fire on that and we'll go out into the corridor in a second. But just before we do that and before we jump in, I just wanted to say, first of all, if you enjoy this video and if you find it useful, please think about subscribing to the channel. That would be brilliant to have you on the journey with me. And secondly, while you're down there, if you could also give the video a thumbs up, that would be massively helpful to me, and it's completely free for you to do. But hey look, enough talk for now. You're not here to listen to me, you're here to see the room. So let me take you out into the corridor and we'll come in and have a look round. Okay, so the cabin that we are going to look at today is C434. Now, in terms of ship location, this is one of the most mid-ship cabins that you're going to find on this ship. The great thing about that is that it tends to be the part of the ship that experiences the least motion. The downside is that directly outside this room you've got the central elevators. Not a huge issue for a lot of people, but definitely worth noting if you are looking at booking this exact cabin. Now, anyway, the actual layout of the room is fairly similar to pretty much everything that you'll see on any room tour that I've produced, where you've got the bed on one side with the bedside tables and the lamps on either side, a little working area and then a section for your minibar. Now, in terms of how this works, so your lamps on either side of the bed are triggered by an on-off switch on the base, and then underneath you've got your drawers that click shut, so that, as you know from my other videos, if you're sleeping through the night in rough seas, it means that your drawers won't, I guess, tremble or fly open during the night. Now directly beside that you've got your workstation with a pretty good length of mirror. You've got your normal documents on the desk there, and then you've got your phone and a little notepad that you'll get when you go into the room too. Now in terms of plug points, you'll see that you've got two UK plugs here. One of them is always on, so if you leave the room that one won't disconnect when you take your card out the door. You've then got your other plug points here, plus a light that goes over at the top of the desk. Now underneath the desk here you've got another cupboard which has got your hairdryer. Now that hairdryer comes with a plug that will connect directly at the desk area, so therefore that section is fine for getting ready to go out at night, for example. Now you then get this armchair which definitely felt like a rogue addition. I have no idea what that chair was doing there, because it felt like it was sort of blocking the door. And over here where your minibar is set up, you've got your tea and coffee making facilities, which, being a British cruise line, P&O will always give you tea and coffee. Biscuits will be replaced every day, which, yeah, is probably the most British thing that I've ever seen on a cruise ship, but I do really enjoy it. Now underneath that you've got your fridge, or I guess your minibar set up. Now I just always put a caveat in every single video: please make sure that if you do drink things that are in there when you check in, just check that it's included in your package. If it's not, you can just say to your cabin steward to take it out and clear it, and they are usually more than happy to do that for you. So yeah, you don't have to worry about waking up to any 3 o'clock in the morning temptation. Now heading back out towards the bathroom, you've got a full length mirror on the wall here, so ideal because the other mirror doesn't actually show you the full length. And then you've got your spy hole on the back of the door, and you can see there exactly the location of this room. Now, spinning round, you've got this walk-in wardrobe area that I used to really not like, but now I've definitely warmed to it, so yeah, I'm actually a big fan. Now, you've got loads of full-length hanging space here, so if you do travel quite heavy, honestly, you will have so much room, and there are so many hangers in here. Opening this section here, you've got loads of shelves, which, yeah, I mean, as a solo traveller, I would never need this much storage. It's absolutely brilliant. You've got all your shelves, and then you've also got your safe in here. Now, the safes on P&O, you don't require to pay any deposits, it's totally free of charge. They just open and close with like a 4-digit code that you decide when you check in. Anyway, into the bathroom, you'll see that you've got 2 hooks on the back of the door, which are pretty useful. I actually quite like them if I do have to like hang anything up while I'm getting ready in there. And the bathroom itself, I mean, relatively dated now, but you have to remember this ship entered service quite some time ago, so she was launched in 2010, which actually means that she's a lot older than the likes of Britannia or Iona, so you will get a different experience in these cabins. That said, I think she's holding up really, really well, and from a quality point of view, when you're actually using these facilities, it's not an issue at all, and they're totally fine. Now in the shower, you get a fixed shower head, which is relatively frustrating, but I am, 6'2", and I can stand up in there okay. You've then got your white company toiletries, and down at the bottom, yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to mention down there. Now, heading back out into the room, just a couple more things to mention before we wrap up. First one is air conditioning or temperature control. Now, the way it works in this room is it's one of those boxes where you either trigger it down to make it colder, up to make it warmer, which generally means that it's pretty much always on. Now, being an older ship, I was a little bit nervous about the fan volume, but yeah, absolutely no problem at all. And heading out to the balcony, you've got your exterior light switch on the left hand side there. And in terms of locks, a lot of people quite often wonder if you've got children, is it an issue? But you can lock that balcony door from the inside quite high up so that you've got no risk of the kids opening the door. Now, furniture wise, you've got your 2 chairs, you've got a table, and then you've got quite large dividers actually giving you privacy from either side. It's worth noting that that section there that looks like a door, if you do also book the room next door, you can ask your cabin attendant to remove that section so that you can, I guess, travel between balconies, or travel between rooms rather, via the balcony, rather than having to go out into the main corridor. Now, one thing to mention on this balcony is that if you've seen my room tour of actually that room down below, you'll see that it's pretty overlooked. And let me just show you the overlooked situation from this balcony. You will see it's nowhere near as extreme, but you are still able to kind of look down into your balcony from other cabins. Now, personally, not an issue at all. It's really not as severe as that deck down below. So yeah, I honestly wouldn't worry about it if you're looking at booking this cabin. But yeah, look, let's get wrapped up. And that's it. That's a mega quick fly around this cabin on board P&O Azura. Now, what I want to know from you is, would you cruise in this cabin? Let me know in the comments. If you would, then great. If you wouldn't, what about this room turns you off? What would you not like about staying in this cabin? I'm very interested to hear what you guys think on this one, so yeah, please drop down and let me know in the comments. That would be brilliant. But look, for now, thank you so much for watching as always, and yeah, I'll catch up with everyone soon. Thanks guys, bye.